So today I want to talk about why I thought I almost died from a spider bite and how I experienced culture shock within the first month of being here. But first, I want to give the definition of culture shock for the ones that don't know what it means. So, culture shock is the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone who is suddenly subject to an unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set of attitudes. So, when I was 18, I decided to come to the US for college. Like I said in my first video, I was raised in Mexico, so I was born and raised there, and then I came here. My mom, she is from Mexico, and my dad, he is American, so I'm half Mexican, half Caucasian. So um, since I was little, we always came to visit my dad's family, and I always said I want to go there for college and have a career. So it happened. I'm here now. But I didn't know how hard it would be the first months. And I think the fact of coming to a different country, I mean, I was familiar with the country, with the language, with, I guess, part of the culture, but I experienced it as like a tourist, I guess, like came here, visit my family, went shopping, and all that cool stuff. I didn't know what it would take to actually be here living by myself. So I came here actually with a friend from Mexico, so we were roommates, but we just didn't get along living together. We didn't like click, so we actually stopped talking while living together. So my parents came here with me to help me like set up all like the apartment stuff, like look for the community college, look for the 4-year college that I was going to transfer to, and then they left. After they left was when everything started happening. My phone got stolen at my school, and then a few days after that, the spider bite happened. So I didn't have a car at that time either. I was riding the bus, and I think that the most difficult thing for me to go through, it was being by myself. Like I said, my friend and I didn't really talk already, like within the first few weeks of living together. My dad's family, they don't live around where I used to live, so I was completely by myself. And so let's start with the actual story. Since I didn't have a phone, the way I was communicating with my parents was through FaceTime with one of the old iPods that I had, which that's good because without the iPod, I would probably, I don't know what I would do. Like I said, I didn't have a car. I didn't have insurance because I was looking to get one by the time all this happened. So then, one day I was sitting outside on the grass in my college waiting for my class to start. So it was like between classes. And I felt that something bit me. And I thought, okay, it's either a mosquito or a spider. It was itching, nothing crazy. And then I went to one of my classes. It started getting worse and worse. It was itching really bad. It was hurting really bad. It was like right on my calf. I already have my calves pretty big. And so it just looked like triple the size. It looked like a piece of ham. It was terrible. So I called my parents on FaceTime and I was like, hey, what should I do? It's hurting really bad. I can barely walk now. And so my dad said, just go to your school's nurse and see like if they can help you. So I went there and they saw it and they said, yes, this looks pretty bad. You should actually go to a doctor because we can't really do anything. So I went to a hospital though. It was actually right in front of the school. And the doctor said it could have been a poisonous spider, so you need to be really careful. So the doctor drew a line right above my knee, and she said, if the redness goes above that, you have to go to the emergency room. You can't wait because if it was a poisonous spider, you can die. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I didn't have a phone. I didn't have a car. I was riding the bus. I didn't have insurance, like I said. So I was like, I'm going to die. There's no one there. Like, I tried calling my roommate from the hospital's phone. She didn't answer, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go and die. I'm probably overreacting, but back then, being by myself and not having my phone, not having a car, and all of that other stuff, I thought I was going to die. So I called again my parents when I got home, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, seriously, if I have to call an ambulance in the middle of the night, how am I gonna call it? If I have to ride a bus, there's no bus at the middle of the night, or I don't, if there was, I would not want to take one. So my dad said, okay, there's one thing we can do. I can book a flight, go there as soon as possible, and then I'll be with you for a couple of days until you're fine. Oh, because the other thing is that I didn't know that when you go to a doctor here, they don't give you like an actual prescription, like a physical prescription. They just send it to the pharmacy that you go to. I didn't know that, and I did not ask the doctor, like, well, where's my medicine? Just because I was so panicky, I was freaking out that I didn't even have like room in my head to think about that. Which it was a big mistake, because I would probably be less panicky. So my dad actually booked a flight that night. He came and rescued me, so thank you, Dad. Still, I didn't know the medicine was there waiting at the pharmacy. So what we did, we called his cousin that's a dermatologist, and we explained to him how it looked, how it happened, and he just recommended some over-the-counter medicine and lotion. So we went, we bought that, and then after a few days, I was fine. And I, of course, didn't die. It was probably not even a poisonous spider. I probably just got a really bad allergic reaction to it. And I know I've said this a million times, but just the fact of being by myself, it was terrifying, because I'm still young, but I was younger back then, and it was the first month being without my parents, without no one around me, and more because in Mexico, I was actually used to that. I was used to being with my family all the time. I wanted to give up and I wanted to go back to my country, but after that, it actually made me realize a lot of things, and I feel like it made me stronger as a person. It actually helped me realize no matter how tough life can get, or anything that happens with or without anyone around you, there's always a light after the tunnel, or a rainbow after the storm, if that's how you say it, I don't know. But life keeps going. So if you guys ever go through something like this, all I have to say is don't give up. Life keeps going. Maybe at the moment you won't realize that things happen for a reason, and that maybe that experience is to make you a better person. So yeah, if you actually have a story like this, or you have questions or something like that, I know it was like a lot of information at once and I went super fast, but I also just had a coffee. So I was like really pumped to tell this story, so I would like talk super fast. But if you have any questions, any story that you want to comment, I'll be more than happy to read it. If you like the video, please don't forget to give some thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.